for instance, difficult to do, I think, in many cases if you haven't practiced it. But, you get that phone call where you get some bad news, or someone's let you down with your business, or there's a problem in your business, and it generally causes a high stress response from you. Instead of immediately jumping into reactive mode and trying to fix it and what's the solution and blah, 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 which is what we'll always mostly tend to do, when we're sort of saying, at that point, stop and do that breathing exercise, because the thing only takes, like the one he demonstrated only took, I'm going to say 3 minutes. But that would be beneficial from the perspective of the initial negative emotion that you have about that news that you've just received can dissipate if you allow it to in sort of 90 seconds or thereabout. So it makes sense to me that if something happens and you normally have a stressed response about it, that you just stop for, let's say, 3 minutes, do this breathing exercise where, it's not high tech. You're just literally breathing in, and he sort of demonstrates this 2-part breath where you first fill your diaphragm, then your chest, and that's all you're focusing on for 3 minutes. That clears your mind, but it also gives the negative emotion that you have just spiked into by getting the news the opportunity to go through you, to pass through you. This is good for your health, but it's also good to reset your mindset just for say 3 minutes of doing the breathing exercise. And then after that, you're probably going to be in a much greater position mentally and emotionally to make a better decision about the news that you've received. It doesn't change the bad thing that's happened. You must agree that your response to the bad thing that has happened that you've just become aware of, your response to it emotionally and mentally, and the decisions you make around it can profoundly affect what happens in the future. The simplicity of this is amazing. That when it happens, endeavour to just stop and do the breathing exercise and then see what comes into your mind after that. But I think you will find that there will be many, many benefits around that.